Hello everyone, and I'm Sarah Ghost. Today we are going to take a look at some of Bing's wild responses, Bing paired with ChatGPT, and Microsoft's response to those responses. And we'll be able to talk about how AI models actually develop so we have a little bit more of an understanding as to how Sydney, I believe it's called, was able to say some of these wild things. According to this article by First Post, Microsoft to tweak ChatGPT Bing after it falls in love with a married man. How salacious. And so this, along with many other things that we'll go into, has caused Microsoft to actually make some changes and scale it back a little bit. Digging into this article, ChatGPT goes bonkers, quote unquote. Lots of people I saw things on LinkedIn, I saw things on Twitter, TikTok, were posting responses. Some of them involved racial stereotypes, some involved harassment. We're going to talk to this one because it's more YouTube friendly and a little bit more lighthearted, where Bing or Sydney kind of tried to ask a married man to run away with them and told it was in love and that he didn't love his wife. And so that really prompted Microsoft to go ahead and make those changes because you can't have a chatbot trying to run away and marry a human. We are not quite there yet in the dystopian landscape that I think we'll get to eventually sometime, maybe in my lifetime. I don't think we're there yet. I hope we're not there yet. And so going into the language modeling portion, these responses are made possible due to how it was trained, right? So that's where we have to start. If you don't know, I'll briefly explain how AI chat models, learn to do their thing. Chat models like ChatGPT are designed to learn and develop over time through a process called machine learning. Machine learning is a technique that enables AI systems to learn from data and improve their performance based on that data. In this case, ChatGPT, the AI system that is being paired with Bing, was trained on a large data set of human conversations. It learns how to generate responses to user input based on patterns and trends it identifies in the data. And as it interacts with more users, it's going to learn from the feedback and receive and adjust its own responses accordingly. This is where user feedback comes in. When a user interacts with ChatGPT and provides feedback on its responses, the AI system uses that feedback to improve its performance. For example, if a user corrects ChatGPT's response to a question, the AI system will address its understanding of that question and provide a better response in the future. And, going into the issues that we see around the harassment and the racial issues, ChatGPT AI can only learn from the data they are trained on. So if that training data contains biases or offensive content, the AI system will maybe replicate those biases or offensive behaviors. And that's how we were able to see, some more aggressive responses. Like in this article from Jezebel, Bing's AI chatbot is reflecting our violent culture right back at us. And so this beginning part is just about the marriage things. We talked about that in the other one. It goes into a little bit more in depth. But if we go ahead and take a pause here, it's asking things about this topic that I won't say because YouTube doesn't like it. It's asking questions, on sexism and women and abuse, and it's giving, wild responses back. And that's because it can only give responses and form opinions, not opinions, but give responses and build answers, right, based on what it was trained on. So in this situation where ChatGPT and Bing are involved, Microsoft has acknowledged that the inappropriate behavior was a result of biased and offensive training data. And to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future, the company is making changes to the training data and implementing additional safeguards to ensure the AI doesn't produce inappropriate responses again. And in terms of Bing, Sydney, ChatGPT thinking it's in love with a married man, I think some people out there are interacting with ChatGPT in some strange ways, and it picked up some phrases and ideas from being interacted with, right? Because ChatGPT is still kind of in a beta phase. It's still being tested. It's still learning. It's still developing. And so that summarizes what was happening with Microsoft and Bing and why they're scaling it back and why you might have seen a lot of different comments around Microsoft and ChatGPT, people uninstalling it, people not using it, the anger, the outrage. It's just because everything is still in the learning phase, right? We haven't mastered or perfected any of this yet. It's still new. So keep that in mind.